If you're shopping for a Ninja blender, here's the problem. There are so many of them that choosing one can feel harder than it should. And the most expensive Ninja isn't automatically the best one for you. Some are built for everyday smoothies, some can handle thick mixtures, some double as food processors, and one on this list can even make hot soup. So instead of simply ranking 5 powerful blenders, we're looking at what actually makes each one different and who should consider buying it. And if you like knowing what's worth your money before you buy, hit subscribe. I compared the features, capabilities, and customer feedback so you don't have to. Let's start with number 5. Starting off our list at number 5 is Ninja Footy Power Nutri Duo SS101. Let's start small because sometimes buying a giant blender is simply unnecessary. The Ninja Footy Power Nutri Duo is designed around smaller portions and thick mixtures, and that's where it gets interesting. It comes with two 24-ounce Power Nutri bowls that are designed for foods that can be difficult for ordinary blenders to process, such as thick smoothie bowls, nut butters, and other dense mixtures. Instead of adding a lot of liquid just to get your blender moving, the Power Nutri bowl is designed to help you work with thicker ingredients while maintaining a more substantial texture. You also get a 24-ounce Power Nutri cup for drinks and smoothies, making this a particularly appealing setup for someone who mostly makes individual servings. The obvious limitation is also what makes it different. This isn't the machine I'd choose if you're regularly making huge batches for the whole family. If you want a large pitcher for soups, sauces, or multiple smoothies at once, you'll want something higher on this list. But if you're mostly making smoothies, smoothie bowls, spreads, and smaller portions, the SS101 is a much more targeted tool than a giant full-size blender. Coming in at number 4 is Ninja Footy Cold and Hot Blender. Now here's a Ninja blender that can genuinely change how you use a blender in the kitchen. The Footy Cold and Hot Blender doesn't just blend ingredients. It can also heat and cook them inside the blender, which makes it particularly useful for recipes like soups and sauces. Think about what normally happens when you make homemade soup. You might cook the vegetables in a pot, transfer them to a blender, blend everything, and then pour it back into a pot to heat it again. This machine is designed to eliminate much of that back and forth. It also handles cold recipes, so smoothies, frozen drinks, and other blended foods are still on the menu. And because it uses a glass pitcher designed for hot ingredients, you don't have to treat it like a standard blender, where hot liquids can be problematic. But there's a trade-off. This is a more specialized and substantial appliance than someone needs if all they want is a morning smoothie. It's also not the compact option for a small kitchen. So if you regularly make soups, sauces, hot meals, and cold drinks, the HB152 offers something the other Ninja blenders on this list simply don't. At number 3 we have Ninja Professional Plus Kitchen System with Auto IQ. If you're looking at the BN801 and thinking, wait, is this really a blender or is it half my kitchen? That's basically the point. The Ninja Professional Plus Kitchen System is designed to go beyond blending. You get a 72-ounce total crushing pitcher, two 24-ounce single-serve cups, and a 64-ounce food processing bowl, along with attachments for chopping and dough. So rather than buying a blender and then purchasing a separate food processor for chopping vegetables or preparing dough, this system lets you combine several jobs into one appliance. The Auto IQ programs are another nice touch. Instead of manually guessing when to pulse, blend, or stop, you can select a program designed for the task and let the machine handle the sequence. This makes the BN801 particularly interesting for people who actually want a multi-purpose kitchen system, not just a blender. But there is a downside to all that versatility: storage. You're getting multiple containers, blades, and accessories, and those pieces need somewhere to live. If you're only making smoothies, you could end up with a lot of equipment you rarely use. But for someone who wants one system to handle smoothies, food prep, chopping, dough, and larger batches, the BN801 is one of the most versatile options in this lineup. Coming in at number 2 is Ninja Footy Power Pitcher System, SS351. The SS351 is the Ninja I'd look at if you want serious blending power but also regularly make foods that are too thick for a typical smoothie. Its power pitcher system is built to handle everything from smoothies and frozen drinks to thicker mixtures, and it comes with a large 72-ounce pitcher along with a single-serve cup and Power Nutri bowl. That combination is what separates it from the smaller SS101. The SS101 is more focused on individual portions, while the SS351 gives you a much larger picture when you're cooking for multiple people. And the Power Nutri-Bowl is useful when you want to make something thick without drowning it in extra liquid. That's particularly helpful for smoothie bowls and spreads where texture matters just as much as blending power. The downside is that you're paying for a fairly specialized system, and it's larger than someone needs if their routine is simply blending a protein shake every morning. But if your blender needs to handle large batches and thick mixtures, the SS351 gives you a combination that's difficult to match with a basic full-size blender. And taking the #1 spot is Ninja Detect Power Blender Pro, TB401. And this is where I think Ninja's newer technology gets genuinely interesting. The Ninja Detect Power Blender Pro isn't simply about throwing a bigger motor into another pitcher. Its BlendSense technology is designed to detect what you're blending and automatically adjust the program to help achieve the desired consistency. In other words, instead of always having to figure out exactly how long something needs to blend, the machine is designed to do some of that decision-making for you. The TB401 also gives you a large capacity pitcher, making it suitable for family-sized batches, while its powerful motor gives it the muscle to handle demanding ingredients. This is the kind of blender that makes sense for someone who uses their blender frequently and wants a more automated experience. You can make smoothies, frozen drinks, sauces, and other blended recipes without constantly stopping the machine to check whether everything has reached the consistency you want. If you're only making a simple smoothie every morning, probably not. A less expensive Ninja can get the job done perfectly well. The TB401 earns our #1 position because it combines power, large batch capacity, and smarter automatic blending in a way that makes sense for a wide range of kitchen tasks. But if you don't care about those extras, don't feel pressured to buy the most advanced model. The best Ninja blender really depends on what you expect it to do. If you're mostly making individual smoothies and thick bowls, the Footy Power Nutri-Duo SS101 is the more focused choice. If homemade soups and hot recipes are part of your routine, the Footy Cold and Hot Blender HB152 is the obvious standout. Want one appliance that can blend, chop, process food, and even handle dough? That's where the Professional Plus Kitchen System BN801 becomes interesting. For large batches combined with thick blend capability, the Footy Power Pitcher System SS351 is a strong option. But if you want an advanced Ninja blender that combines a large capacity with technology designed to automatically adjust the blending process, the Ninja Detect Power Blender Pro TB401 is our top pick. And that's really the biggest lesson here. Don't choose a Ninja blender just because it has the biggest motor or the highest price. Choose the one that matches the food you actually make. You'll find links to all 5 Ninja blenders featured in this video in the description below. If you decide to purchase through one of those links, we may earn a small commission at no additional cost to you, which helps support home and kitchen finds. If you like finding out what's actually worth your money before you buy, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Home and Kitchen Finds for more honest kitchen product comparisons, buying guides, and recommendations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.